Sam Heughan has officially been crowned Best Actor of 2025, and the night will be remembered not just for the award itself, but for the deeply moving speech that followed. The Scottish actor, best known for his iconic role as Jamie Fraser in Outlander, was visibly emotional as he took the stage to accept the honor, leaving the audience teary-eyed with his heartfelt words. The award recognized his outstanding work over the past year, particularly his critically acclaimed performance in his latest film, which has been praised for its raw intensity and depth. As the crowd erupted in cheers, Heughan paused, visibly overwhelmed, before beginning his speech. With a trembling voice, he thanked his fans around the world, acknowledging how their unwavering support carried him through difficult times in his career. He also paid tribute to his Outlander family, crediting them for shaping him both as an actor and as a person. But the most touching moment came when Heughan dedicated his win to his late grandfather, who he revealed was one of the first people to encourage him to pursue acting. Fighting back tears, he said, the sincerity in his voice struck a chord with viewers both in the theater and watching from, making the acceptance one of the most unforgettable moments of the awards season. Social media immediately exploded with reactions as fans shared clips of the emotional speech alongside messages of love and admiration. Many praised Heughan not only for his talent, but for his humility and vulnerability, calling him a true inspiration. Industry insiders have since suggested that this win could mark a new chapter in his career, potentially opening doors to even more challenging roles and global recognition. The night belonged to Sam Heughan, not just for his award, but for reminding everyone why he has become such a beloved figure. An actor who doesn't just play characters, but who connects with hearts on and off the screen. In the original Outlander series, Claire and Jamie's daughter Brianna was named after her grandfather, Brian Fraser. But with Blood of My Blood, it's Ellen Mackenzie Bree's grandmother whom she favors most, both in appearances but also personality. It doesn't take long into the series premiere to see where Brianna's fierce and independent nature comes from, thanks to the performance of Harriet Slater. Slater admits she didn't go back and watch the original series that debuted in 2014 after being cast in Starz' new Prequel show, but instead brought elements of familiar characters to Ellen, namely Brianna and Jenny Fraser, Ellen's daughter, and Jamie's sister. I wouldn't say that I took any traits or tried to mimic them, but I definitely absorbed the energy of Brianna and Jenny as well, and was really inspired by both of those performances. Slater tells Town & Country Slater says her performance as Ellen doesn't copy Brianna or Jenny, but rather it adds to them. That sense of inheritance passing down qualities across generations is woven into the way Slater built Ellen's personality. She's torn and being pulled in so many different directions, and it's a really tough situation for her to be in. It's kind of exhausting at times, but she also wants to honor her clan. She explains her father meant so much to her, and she wants to protect his legacy and protect the family. Jamie Roy, meanwhile, was encouraged by production to avoid doing any sort of imitation of Sam Heughan's Jamie, the future son of Ellen and Brian. They really wanted Brian to be his own character, he says, adding that showrunner Matthew B. Roberts told him not to study Heughan's performance. And yet even fictional blood might be thicker than water on the set. Blood of My Blood, when people saw that bridge scene clip, they were like, oh my God, Jamie Roy must have worked so hard to match these mannerisms. And I was like, that was just totally organic, good casting. Very lucky, like Slater. Roy also didn't do a rewatch of the show. After being cast on Blood of My Blood, in fact, he'd only seen a few episodes of Outlander at all before auditioning. But both actors knew fans had never seen these characters on screen, so expectations were high. The only pressure is in wanting to look after these characters that mean so much to people. Slater says there's freedom in the fact that we haven't actually seen a huge amount of Brian, and we've not seen anything of Ellen. So there's a certain amount of freedom to create the characters ourselves. When Outlander first premiered in 2014, it redefined what a sweeping period drama could achieve in television. Its mix of time-traveling romance, historical storytelling, and emotionally charged performances quickly won it a loyal fan base. Central to the show's enduring appeal were the unforgettable portrayals of Jamie Fraser by Sam Heughan and Fraser by Sophie Skelton. Their ability to bring depth, vulnerability, and strength to their roles set a standard that continues to influence actors stepping into the world of Outlander. Now, as Outlander Blood of My Blood, the much-anticipated prequel series takes shape, a new generation of actors is stepping into roles deeply tied to the Fraser legacy. These rising stars have openly acknowledged how Heughan and Skelton's performances served as a blueprint and an inspiration, guiding them as they prepared to bring a new layer of storytelling to the franchise. Carrying the weight of legacy, the central challenge for the cast of Blood of My Blood has been balancing the need to honor the spirit of Outlander while creating characters with their own unique voice. The prequel explores the love stories of Jamie Fraser's parents and Claire Randall's parents, diving into earlier generations that shaped the destiny of the original series protagonists. For the actors, stepping into a universe already beloved by millions came with a certain amount of pressure. In interviews, they described the dual responsibility of staying true to the tone that Heughan and Skelton established, while also ensuring their performances felt authentic to the time and narrative they were portraying. "It's a delicate balance," one cast member noted. "We're not trying to copy Sam or Sophie, but we can't ignore the energy they brought to the screen." They set a tone of emotional honesty. It's about finding how to carry that forward without losing our individuality. The Sam Heughan effect. Sam Heughan's portrayal of Jamie Fraser has been nothing short of iconic. He embodied the role with a mix of quiet strength, romantic intensity, and emotional vulnerability that made the character leap off the page. For many fans, Jamie Fraser became a symbol of loyalty, love, and courage. The young actors of Blood of My Blood studied Heughan's approach carefully. Several have spoken about rewatching key episodes of Outlander to understand how he balanced physicality with sensitivity. One actor described it this way: "Sam never just played Jamie as a rugged Highland warrior. He played him as a man deeply shaped by his family, his land, and his sense of duty. That humanity was what made the character unforgettable. For us, that means we have to dig just as deeply into the emotional roots of our characters." Heughan's dedication to authenticity also left a lasting impression. Known for his intensive preparation, including sword fighting, horseback riding, and mastering Gaelic, he set a precedent for what it means to fully inhabit a role in the Outlander universe. The Blood of My Blood cast has adopted a similar ethos, training in historical dialects, studying 18th century social customs, and embracing physical challenges to ensure their performances feel grounded. Learning from Sophie Skelton. While Sam Heughan's influence is obvious, Sophie Skelton's portrayal of Brianna Fraser has also served as a crucial touchstone for the prequel cast. Skelton brought to life a character caught between two centuries, portraying the complexity of a woman who inherited both her parents' fiery independence and their emotional depth for the younger female leads in Blood of My Blood. Skelton's performance became a model for how to portray layered, multi-dimensional women in a period drama without slipping into cliches. Brianna wasn't just strong or vulnerable, one actress explained. She was both, often in the same scene. Sophie had this way of showing conflict on her face before she even spoke a line. Watching that made me think about how much storytelling can happen in silence, in the eyes, in the pauses. That's something I've tried to carry with me. Skelton also helped redefine what it meant to play a modern woman in a historical setting. Her ability to show Brianna's struggle to reconcile her 20th century upbringing with the harsh realities of the 18th century offered a blueprint for how the prequel stars might approach characters navigating cultural clashes of their own. The influence of Heughan and Skelton hasn't just been abstract. Sources close to production suggest that both actors have informally offered guidance to the prequel stars. Though Heughan and Skelton are not part of the main cast of Blood of My Blood, their presence looms large, and the newcomers have sought their advice on everything from dialect to navigating the Outlander fandom. Sam has always been generous with his time. He's aware of what this franchise means to people, and he wants the prequel cast to succeed. He told them, "Don't be afraid to take risks." That's what made Outlander different, Sophie. Meanwhile, spoke to the actresses about pacing themselves emotionally, because these roles take a lot out of you. The encouragement has helped ease some of the nerves of stepping into a world already defined by beloved characters and iconic performances. Building emotional chemistry. Another aspect of inspiration. The Blood of My Blood cast drew from Heughan and Skelton was their on-screen chemistry. Not just romantic, but familial. Heughan's bond with Katrina Barf and Skelton's dynamic with Richard. Rankin became cornerstones of the original series. Their ability to create relationships that felt lived in and authentic gave the story its heart. Recognizing this, the prequel cast made it a priority to build trust and familiarity off-camera. They organized informal rehearsals, shared meals, and even engaged in Highland training sessions together. Watching how Sam and Sophie connected with their scene partners reminded us that chemistry isn't something that magically appears. It's built-won. Actor explained one of the key lessons Heughan and Skelton imparted through their public presence was the importance of respecting the fan base. The Outlander fandom is famously passionate, deeply invested in every character and storyline. The stars of Blood of My Blood understood early on that their performances would be held against the high standards set by Heughan, Skelton, and the rest of the original cast. This awareness added to the pressure, but also provided motivation. We've all seen how Sam and Sophie interact with fans with humility, gratitude, and a lot of humor. One cast member said that's the model for us. We're inheriting not just roles, but a relationship with the audience. We have to honor that. Even as they draw inspiration from Heughan and Skelton, the Blood of My Blood cast is determined to make the characters their own. They've been careful to avoid imitation, instead using the lessons of the past as a foundation to build something fresh. The prequel's storylines offer plenty of room for originality. While Outlander followed Claire and Jamie's epic romance, Blood of My Blood dives into very different love stories shaped by unique challenges. This gave the new cast the freedom to bring their own interpretations to the table. Still, as one actor put it, we can't escape the fact that we're standing on the shoulders of giants. Sam and Sophie gave us a standard of authenticity and emotional depth. The challenge now is to rise to that level and hopefully add something new to the legacy. A franchise built on human connection at its core, what connects Outlander and Blood of My Blood is not just historical spectacle or time travel intrigue. It's human connection. The relationships, the heartbreak, the resilience, and the way love survives across time and generations. Heughan and Skelton understood this, and it showed in every moment they spent on screen. By studying their performances, the prequel cast has learned that the key to success lies not in elaborate costumes or dramatic settings, but in truthfully capturing the human heart as anticipation for Blood of My Blood continues to build. The question remains, will this new generation of actors live up to the towering standards set by Sam Heughan and Sophie Skelton? Fans are cautiously optimistic. Many have expressed excitement about seeing earlier chapters of the Fraser story, while also voicing hopes that the new stars will bring the same level of passion and sincerity that defined Outlander. If the dedication of the cast is any indication, Blood of My Blood is poised not just to extend the franchise, but to enrich it. By drawing inspiration from Heughan and Skelton, while daring to carve their own path, the stars of the prequel may ensure that the spirit of Outlander continues to thrive for years to come. The influence of Sam Heughan and Sophie Skelton on the stars of Blood of My Blood is undeniable. From their preparation and authenticity to their chemistry and respect for the fandom, Heughan and Skelton set a high bar for what it means to be part of the Outlander world. The prequel cast has embraced that legacy, using it as both a guide and a challenge. They know they cannot simply replicate what came before, but they also know that without the example of Heughan and Skelton, their journey would be far more daunting. As the Outlander saga enters a new era, one thing is certain. The torch has been passed, and the flames of inspiration continue to burn brightly. Fans of Outlander star Sam Heughan fell in love with the actor all over again as he shared his latest social media update, with the actor revealing a special San Diego Comic-Con photo shoot that showcased his transformative new look. Looked suave, wearing dark jeans, boots, a black t-shirt, and a button-up shirt on top. But what really drew the eye was his hair, with Heughan rocking a nice beard with very short hair on top. Captured at Comic-Con 2025, Twinsider wrote Heughan as he showed off the snaps taken by TV Insider at the popular convention. While Heughan shared a few of the moody photos featuring just him, the actor also posed with his Outlander co-stars Sophie, Skelton, and Richard Rankin in other photos shared by the publication. In the comments, many fans shared some love for the bold look, with quite a few referencing his upcoming role as the title character in a stage production of the Shakespeare play Macbeth, which fans believe to be the reason behind the new hair. 1. Fan exclaimed, "Fierce and handsome, you are going to rock." Macbeth can't wait to see you, while someone else commented, "These are beautiful photos, you leave no one indifferent to your charm." Others wrote, "I'm loving your Macbeth beard, can't wait to see it in person." Very dashing and looking very Shakespearean these days, more people said Heughan looked magnificent and very suave as a different fan, proclaimed Damnon. "Sam, you need to stop teasing us, I'm joking. But you do look rather handsome there." How the stars of Blood of My Blood took inspiration from Sam Heughan and Sophie Skelton when Stars announced Outlander. Blood of My Blood, it wasn't just another spin-off series, it was an expansion of a phenomenon for nearly a decade. Outlander has captivated audiences across the globe with its blend of history, fantasy, and romance. But beyond its gripping time travel narrative, it was the acting, particularly by Sam Heughan and Sophie Skelton, that gave the series its emotional now. As the prequel series prepares to tell the untold love stories of Jamie and Claire's parents, a new generation of actors is stepping into roles steeped in legacy, and in the process, they found themselves looking back to Heughan and Skelton for inspiration, not as a script to copy, but as a guide to authenticity. The burden of legacy few shows inspire the kind of loyalty Outlander has sustained for over 9 seasons. Fans don't just watch the series, they live it. They memorize Gaelic phrases, dissect historical accuracy, and travel to Scotland to walk, where Jamie and Claire once stood for the actors joining Blood of My Blood. This devotion translates into both a privilege and a weight. It's like stepping into a sacred space, one cast member admitted during early press interviews. You know that? Millions of people already have a deep emotional connection to this world, and you don't want to betray that trust. The cast's first instinct was to look at how Heughan and Skelton carried that responsibility. Both actors entered Outlander under daunting circumstances. Heughan stepping into the shoes of a romantic lead whose image was already vivid in readers' imaginations, and Skelton tasked with bringing to life a daughter who had lived in fans' minds for decades before appearing on screen. The way they handled that pressure offered a template for the prequel stars studying Sam Heughan's depth. Sam Heughan's Jamie Fraser quickly became more than just a character. He became a cultural touchstone. Audiences saw in him a rare combination: physical heroism paired with raw vulnerability. One Blood of My Blood actor explained how Heughan's duality shaped their preparation. "I watched how Sam could shift from commanding a battlefield to whispering the most intimate confession. That range strength without losing softness is something I've tried to bring into my performance." Heughan's discipline also loomed large. He didn't just learn lines, he immersed himself in Gaelic, swordsmanship, horsemanship, and Highland history. His embodiment of 18th century Scotland gave Outlander its grounding. The prequel stars, by extension, have been tackling dialect coaches, fencing lessons, and historical workshops with equal dedication. He made it clear that authenticity matters. Another cast member noted, if you respect the culture and the time period, the audience feels that respect to Sophie Skelton's quiet power, while Heughan taught lessons in physicality and heroism. Sophie Skelton demonstrated the art of internal conflict. As Brianna Fraser, she played a character constantly negotiating between centuries, cultures, and expectations. The actresses in Blood of My Blood cite Skelton's ability to portray silent tension as one of her great strengths. Sometimes Sophie wouldn't say a word, but you knew exactly what Brianna was thinking. That kind of subtlety is harder than people realize. It's a masterclass in restraint. Skelton also redefined what it meant to play a strong female lead in a period setting. Rather than falling into modern stereotypes, she embodied a woman shaped by both her parents' worlds, pragmatic but passionate, skeptical but deeply loyal. For the prequel stars tasked with portraying Jamie's mother Ellen Mackenzie or Claire's mother Julia Morriston, Skelton's balance of fire and vulnerability became a touchstone. Chemistry as the franchise's secret weapon. No discussion of Outlander would be complete without mentioning chemistry. Heughan's bond with Katrina Barf and Skelton's dynamic with Richard Rankin gave the series its heartbeat. The prequel stars took this as a serious lesson. Chemistry isn't accidental. It's cultivated to replicate that natural ease. The new cast spent time together long before cameras rolled. They hiked in the Scottish Highlands, rehearsed family dinners, and even participated in team-building games meant to mimic 18th century life. Sam and Sophie showed us that audiences believe relationships when they feel real off-screen. A cast member said, "That's why we made a pact early on to treat each other like family, even when the cameras aren't rolling." Mentorship and guidance. Though Heughan and Skelton are not official mentors to the prequel cast, insiders reveal that both offered advice during informal meetups. Sam reportedly encouraged the actors to embrace imperfection. Don't try to make it perfect. Make it real. The audience connects with honesty, not polish. Sophie, meanwhile, advised the young actresses about endurance. You're going to cry more tears than you expect. Take care of yourself between scenes. These stories ask a lot from you emotionally for the newcomers. Hearing directly from two of the franchise's icons gave them a continuity as though the torch was truly being passed. Perhaps the biggest shadow cast by Heughan and Skelton is the devotion of the fandom. Known as Outlander Nation, the community is passionate, vocal, and quick to express its opinions. From fan fiction to conventions, the love for Jamie, Claire, Brianna, and Roger has fueled the franchise's longevity. The Blood of My Blood cast knows they are stepping into a world where every gesture will be scrutinized. But rather than fear it, they see the fandom as a partner. We watched how Sam and Sophie handled fans with grace. One star said, "They never treated them as outsiders. They welcomed them into the family." That's what we want to do too. Social media has already lit up with speculation, with fans comparing the new cast to the originals. Some worry the prequel won't live up to the magic. Others are thrilled to see a new perspective. The cast is aware of the stakes and determined to earn trust one scene at a time. Finding their own voice inspiration doesn't mean imitation. The Blood of My Blood actors are careful to stress that while they've studied Heughan and Skelton, their ultimate goal is originality. We're not here to play younger versions of Jamie or Brianna. We're here to tell the stories of the people who made them who they are. That's new ground, and it deserves its own voice. The prequel offers a chance to expand the mythology while carving out identities, if Heughan and Skelton taught the cast how. To honor the past, the challenge now is to create performances that will inspire future generations' Outlander as a cultural touchstone. It's worth remembering that Outlander has always been about more than romance. It's a cultural bridge bringing Scottish history to international audiences, sparking tourism, and igniting discussions about gender, family, and time. Itself, Heughan and Skelton were ambassadors for that cultural impact, representing the franchise at fan events, historical panels, and charity campaigns. The Blood of My Blood cast is already following suit, lending their voices to heritage projects, and appearing at conventions before the series even premieres. The legacy they are stepping into is not just artistic, it's cultural, and they know it. Will the magic continue? The ultimate question remains, can Blood of My Blood replicate the lightning in a bottle magic that Sam Heughan and Sophie Skelton helped create? Fans are cautiously optimistic social media threads reveal, both excitement and nerves. No one can replace Jamie and Brianna, but maybe these new characters will surprise us. If they learned from Sam and Sophie, that's already a good sign. Industry insiders suggest that the prequel's success will hinge, not on special effects or epic battles, but on the same ingredient that powered Outlander truth in performance.